So let's talk a little bit about what it's like to get leads for your listings on Zonado. So there's a few things I want to point out before I actually walk you through the listing creation flow. Now, we made Zonado for it to exist in parallel to the MLS. So if you're an agent who mostly puts their commercial properties on the MLS, Zonado is not there to replace that, but it's there to augment that. It's there to improve that. So let's talk about the first situation in which you actually have a property that you're planning on putting on the MLS. Now, what you can do is before you put it on the MLS, you can put it on Zonado and test the market for the property. Because on Zonado, if I go to a sample listing, something that you'll notice is that it doesn't say how long it's been on the market for. It might say when it was last updated, just so people know how fresh it is, but it doesn't say days on market. It also doesn't say the price history. So it's a relatively smart and safe way to go about testing the market without really damaging your prospects by putting on the MLS, deciding you need to change the price, delisting it, relisting it, going through that entire process. So you can either do that, or you can use Zonado for just your off MLS opportunities, so your off market opportunities, and it's just as good to help you do that. Or you can use Zonado just for your off MLS opportunities and make that your off market, private deal lead sourcing tool. This is where you get leads for your private opportunities, your off market listings. So you can use it as a dedicated tool for that as well. Now, what we have here is what it's like to upload a listing on Zonado. So I've pre-selected some of the fields just so we can get through this quicker. Now, this is going to be a land property. It's a residential development land in the GTA. So I just set my subject line here. I'm setting the price at $25 million. I do own this property. I will offer co-op, or let's say I won't offer co-op. If I am offering co-op, it is required to share exactly what percentage it is that you're offering. Set some sort of an expiry date, declare whether or not this is listed on the MLS, just so people, when they're filtering for your listing shows up when it should be. Now, what you can do is you can either show the exact address. So let's say that it is on 123 Sesame Street in Scarborough. You can show the exact address, or you can choose not to if it's a confidential kind of a location. Good thing is that when you do show the exact address, you can choose to show the street view or turn it off. So when you choose to show it, it is going to be visible for everyone, and they can get a better idea of the location. Let's hit continue and go to other details. So what's the lot size, any zoning details, any other improvements that you've made. So these fields change on what kind of property you're putting up. So if you're putting up a retail property, these fields are going to be specific to that. If you're putting up a multifamily property, specific to that. Let's hit continue. And this is where you can upload images, remove them, change around their order, do that entire thing. You can upload files, any brochures, floor plans, reports, whatever it might be. Finally, you can even upload a video. You can add an external link to your own website or to a virtual tour and describe what the link is. So if I just do virtual tour and, I'll just go ahead and throw in HTTPS. I can never remember this exact URL format, google.com, and then just save that as a draft. And now let's go ahead and preview that listing. And here it is. So I can see all the details right here. This is how a link will appear. This is where all the details will be. People can view the photos. People can share the listing. And we highly encourage people to actually go ahead and share their listing outside of Zonado to, your WhatsApp list, your email list, and make sure it's reaching as many people as possible. And this is how people can see the street view, and they can message you as simply as you can message someone else. Now, let's talk about the most important and the most powerful part of this whole thing, which is viewing the dashboard. So what I have here is a sample dashboard from one of the listings that was on Zonado a few months ago, and it's actually still racking up views. So it's hit just over 2,700 views, 170 visitors, a number of phone clicks and conversations. So something that Zonado Pro offers you that you don't have in the free plan is, while you do receive messages that people send you, what you don't see is their exact contact information. So here, not only am I seeing the contact information of people who've messaged me, but also people who are viewing the listing or taking any other actions on it. So if there's anyone clicking on my phone number, if there's anyone sending me a message, all those details are right here for me to see. And if I want to follow up with any of these people, really, really powerful tool. And something else I can do is actually export these leads. So if I hit export, instantly it gives me an Excel file. So this is something that's very, very useful for you to actually share with, let's say, your colleagues or whatever it might be. So all the details right here, right? What actions did they take on the listing? They viewed the listing, shared the listing, right? And this is very, very good data for you to use for prospecting for your clients. And this is something that people have basically used as a power tool to grow their business from one listing to many more listings, because these are a mix of principals and realtors who are looking to make their next deal. And one of these could be your next client. So let's go back. We've looked at lead activity. All your conversations show up here as well. And this is the dashboard view. So in short, receiving leads is free. They show up in your messaging app right here. You can interact with these leads. If you want to see their contact information, that is something that is available on Zonado Pro. So that's it for now. That was our kind of a brief overview of what it's like to post your listings on Zonado, get leads for them, test the market for them if you're planning on putting it on the MLS later, and really, really put some power behind your listings. Thank you so much.